Friends, Romans, countrymen, it is that time again. Are there any Romans watching this? If there are, hi. I'm Ernest Wilkins. This is A Beer With. My guest today is a man who I am really beyond excited to be interviewing today. His name is Baratunde Thurston. Baratunde, welcome to A Beer With.
Thank you, Ernest.
Cheers,
Good to be here. Right, What's up, Romans?
For those of you who do not know, this man, he's a habitual multiple hat wearer. He's got a lot going on for himself, in other words. So let's bring down a list of some of the stuff you got going on in your life. Right? Okay. What are you up to right now?
Right now, I'm having a beer with Ernest Wilkins. It's amazing. I'm traveling. I'm doing a lot of public speaking.
No doubt.
I'm talking about my book.
Your book?
Which is called How to Be Black.
One more time.
My book is called How to Be Black.
We're going to get to that in one second.
Yeah, it's like a freeze frame.
Yeah. Talking basketball.
Tropic Thunder, like, oh! I just recorded the audiobook this week.
Okay.
And it comes out January 31st. So that is one major thing that's going on right now.
That's one. That's just one. Oh, I just made a book, and an audio book. That's one thing I'm doing. What else you got going on?
I still work for The Onion.
Okay.
America's finest news source.
That's right.
And I'm director of digital there.
Okay.
So I help foresee the future. I'm like the futurist. I'm like the in-house futurist.
No doubt.
For how media gets distributed, how we use our comedy on these new digital platforms.
The shows, everything. Yeah.
So I do some writing. I get a couple of headlines in every now and then.
Nice.
But it's also kind of a fun way to take what you see is coming in the world and how we're all connected and what publication media is going to be, and try to adapt that
awesome.
with an existing brand and media company. It's really, really fun, smart people.
So I got a couple questions. I want to get back to the book. Sure. The book is called, again, How to Be Black.
How to Be what? Woo! Black.
I mean, other questions just kind of as far as, I saw there was one section about how to be a black talking head.
Yeah, you have to have some labels. I mean, the media has a tough time trying to understand black people.
Yeah.
And, it's just starting, like we have a black president now, that really ruined things because it's like, oh man, there's like another black thing we have to deal with. And so I think they would want, a national black press conference where just like one dude says, I speak for the people, here's what's up. But they don't have that.
Yeah.
And so in their, struggle to find those new voices, you got to have some credibility. And so being the leader of the organization's effectiveness doesn't matter.
Okay.
But it's got to be national.
It's got to be national.
It's got to be about organizing.
Okay.
It's got to be about building coalitions. So some kind of national organization for coalitions, or a coalition of national organizations.
Okay.
Or the organization for national coalitions. Right?
That is some life-changing stuff. I signed up and I didn't even know what he was talking about. I'm down. In the social media space, a lot of people are working there, and there's not a lot of black faces, I'll say it. And so sometimes it's very interesting to find out that things like, quote-unquote, black Twitter exists.
Yeah, blitter.
Now, one more time, culture. See, we're all about cultural moments here on The Beer With. Black Twitter is, if you ever asked yourself, hey, why is that one hashtag trending? That doesn't make any sense. Or who would tweet that?
Yeah.
A lot of times, it's black Twitter.
Is your timeline full of tweets you don't understand? Trending topics got you confused?
My girl's ass so big. What does that mean?
It's black Twitter.
Yes, that's right, friends. Black Twitter. From the makers of regular Twitter comes black Twitter. All black all the time. People are just kind of making it up as they go. Like, I'm an influencer. I've got 4 million friends on the old Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't know what you're doing because 4 years ago this didn't really totally exist in the space.
Yeah.
Is there a way to kind of weed those people out and be like, expose the fakes and the frauds when it comes to social media? Because I know you have a lot of experience.
Yeah, I mean, partly the loudest people, especially the loudest people saying things like social media guru.
Or ninja. Stop saying ninja. We know what y'all want to say. I just want to, hold on a second. You saying ninja in your profile anyway? I know what you want to say.
They probably mean karate master. That's what he's referring to. There's nothing else he could possibly be referring to right now. It's all about martial arts. So I think anyone who is like, blah, blah, social media guru, is probably more full of shit than someone who isn't.
Okay.
The important thing for me, because you brought up the speed, right? This didn't exist. Things are changing a lot. Even calling it social media, I mean, we're going to look back and laugh at that probably next week.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to be like, oh, we can't really call it social media. That was weird. But it is a new way of people connecting. It's a new way of stories being told. And importantly to me, it's a new way of listening. So the people who listen, the people who don't just shout, but actually repeat messages from other folks, you can sense quality. There are people who just yang, and then there's people who are actually developing some kind of expertise or enlightening you, even if it's not from them. There's a certain possibility of generosity in this new world.
For sure.
That is one of the most exciting for me. And so it's not It's about community engagement and storytelling, much more than saying social media, which can also not necessarily mean that much.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So obviously, I am a very serious ninja of this art.
A ninja. we ain't playing. We know what it means.
Yeah.
My question is, do you see this opening up conversations about race? Because I think sometimes there is an awkwardness or a lack of wanting to discuss it without. Because I don't want to bring that up, man. Do you think your book will help open those conversation lanes?
That's exactly the goal. I feel like I wrote that question for you. First, yes.
Yeah.
Briefly, yes. Also, if you don't buy the book, you are a racist. So that's more awkward. So you kind of have to. Nobody wants to be a racist.
Nobody wants to be a racist, right?
2003.
Yeah.
So yes, I hope it's a success, but I also want it to do just that, because what I found through stand-up, even through working at the Onion,
for sure,
you can get to the awkward more smoothly through comedy
than
through almost any other art, and certainly more than the direct path. And so we can have people arguing, disagreeing. Yeah. That's fine. That's good. I don't want everybody to agree.
Right.
It's less interesting.
Yeah.
But I want to help spur those conversations. Not that I'm like the originator of it, but I think this can be a good contribution to easing some tension, to asking that question. And here's what else is important to me in the whole project. And it goes back to social media. It goes back to, you want it to be grandiose. Let's wrap this whole thing up.
In a neat little package.
Wrap this whole thing up.
Go ahead.
So I jokingly say the book is, if you've ever been called too black or not black enough, if you work with black people or have ever heard of black people.
I've heard of black people,
This book is for you.
Okay.
But the other thing that it comes down to is there's a difference between who you are and who the world expects you to be.
Okay.
And as a people in this country, we have borne the brunt of that gap for many hundreds of years. And we're getting better.
Yeah.
America's getting better. Black people are getting better at being each other and
right.
sort of accepting each other. But the work isn't done. We are now in a space where we can define ourselves more freely than we have ever had the ability to do through history.
Okay.
Before, my image of you was mediated by some limited set of powerful institutions.
Right.
The church told me how to look at you.
Right.
The media told me how to look at you. The
right.
government or the state told me how to look at you.
Right.
And if I didn't know you, I kind of had to accept that.
Okay.
So you see the MTVization.
Right. Everybody thinks you're Prince.
Yeah. Everybody thinks you're a rapper. Everybody thinks you have rims. You know. So that's diluted now because media is distributed, because we have power at the edge.
No doubt.
That same power to tell your own story is a part of defining yourself and telling to the world, no, this is me and I'm black. And it doesn't have to be a defensive thing. It can be a very offensive thing too.
Yeah,
it can be a very
Get
positive, a beautiful thing, a very ugly thing. It doesn't matter. It's a more real thing.
Okay.
So if we can move this conversation to more reality, then I'll be a very happy writer.
Plus, you wanted to make a lot of money.
Oh yeah, and definitely like you said, what was it? Racks on racks on racks. Racks on racks.
Racks on racks on racks.
Is that like a hip hop?
It's an urban song.
Urban. I love urban music.
It's a race record.
I want to write another book called How to Be Urban.
How to Be Urban? Yeah.
Just code for how to be black.
By the way, we know about that one too. Stop saying urban music. Urban television.
You're not fooling anybody.
There's only black people too.
I know.
The urban commercial.
By the way, who are we talking to right now?
Them. There's going to be that one dude that writes in the comments like, I don't understand why they're so mad about this. It's 2012 or 2011. Racism ended in 1964.
Get over it, ninja.
Yeah, get over it, my ninja. We cool, right? We're not cool. All right, friends.
Man. Thank you so much,
Ernest.
It was a pleasure.
I'm so excited. This
and thank you, Chicago, by the way.
You're the best. Shout out to the girl for having us. My name is Ernest Wilkins. This is A Beer With. As always, please follow the fun. I got 2 Twitter accounts. You can follow me at Ernest Wilkins. There's no A in that. Or at Remix Chicago. That's one word. As always, this is A Bit of Beer With. Shout out to Scott behind the lens. And always, friends, keep drinking. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey.